Yo, you. Yo, you. We are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are, yo, we are.
Do I love playing stickball?
Yeah.
I don't know if love is a strong enough word to describe it. I mean, it's even bigger. Family. Culture. To keep our culture going, you gotta teach it to everybody. It's a game for everybody. Not just me, not just him, not just you. For everybody. I love that it's very physical. I love to run, so it's my sport. Can't play soccer no more, so I got stickball. It's cultural. It's keeping up our history, our tradition, everything like that.
Choctaw Stickball, also known as the Little Brother of War, was used to settle disputes between neighboring tribes or Choctaw communities. Having been played by the Choctaw for an unknown number of centuries, Choctaw Stickball is the oldest field sport in America. Generations of Choctaw boys have grown up, stickball sticks in hand, with aspirations of becoming famous players as young men. Children start playing at the age of 11 to 13. For hundreds of years, Choctaw women have also played the game. Sometimes the women's games are more brutal than the men's.
Back in the old days, our tribes have been down there for a long time, thousands of years. Our people have been there, living next to the Skokie Creeks, the Chitties, the Miccosukes, Chickasaws, Cashadas, Alabamas. And, there's a lot of tribes down there, and most all of our tribes down there, we're down there in our permanent territories. We all have the vast territories and villages all over the place. But we were permanent down there. We didn't have any total wars where we would kill each other off. Life is precious to our people. We try not to do that. And especially, when you're going to war. The females, grandmothers and mothers are the clan leaders. You get your clan from your mother and her lineage. That's who we have to go talk to about war.
While used as an alternative to war, death was common in these intense contests.
A lot of wars were settled over a stickball game rather than going to total war, where hundreds of people might get killed. Stickball, you might get a couple of people killed, but most of everybody will live. They were hotly contested, and they were tough games, very tough games, but they settled a lot of differences that way. Not like white people want much to think. As soon as an Indian saw another Indian out there in the woods, pick up that bow and start shooting at each other. Well, first there would be a parlay. You have to talk to each other and discuss whose territory we're in. If there's a problem, we'll have to discuss how to settle it. There's a whole lot of discussion going on in Southeastern culture. That's why there's councils all the time, everywhere. Stickball was a major part of settling a lot of those disputes. So, to be a good warrior, you also had to be a good stickball player. That's another way of distinguishing yourself as a good warrior, is being a good ball player too.
I like the camaraderie, the hitting, the attention from the girls after the game. It's not bad either. I like the occasional free Indian taco, fried bread. Like to represent everywhere I go. Oh man, it really means everything to not only carry on a little bit of a culture, to carry on some language that we might use on the field, whether it's dirty Choctaw or not. Yeah, it's just overall, like, it's pretty much what my main hobby now. Took over. Took over powerlifting. It's gonna be a good day. It's a little chilly.
Getting out there, moving. I mean, the team is like a family. Playing for the tribe, playing for Choctaw Nation, doing good for the tribe, bringing back our history, our culture. Was it me to me? I put it before anything else. I mean, it's to me, it's like a way I can give back. You know, it's a way I can, put out, my frustrations, my anger, but at the same time, do it in a calm manner. Do it with family. Stickball's growing. We got a tournament. I mean, we came here for a demonstration game last year, and 2012, they loved it. They wanted us to come back. Now they got a tournament going. They got 5 teams in the tournament. Stickball's growing. The southeastern people are getting their culture back through stickball. I mean, you see it. You see all the guys that play. They have a higher knowledge of their culture than other people do. They've been learning. They've been thriving. They're good role models for the kids, and the kids interested in the culture. So stickball's doing good. I'm waiting. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. I want to see it on TV. I want to see it on the radio.
The game is played with 2 sticks, one in each hand. The sticks, or kapuksha, are made from hickory or other hardwoods, and are either cut from the tree trunk or made from saplings. The sticks have cups at the end, which are used to hold the ball. The cups are formed by thinning the wood of the stickball stick, and then bending the thinned portion around to form a loop. The loose end is attached to the back of the handle of the stickball stick with leather or electric tape. The cup is then flared out, which pitches it forward slightly. Leather strips are often used to make a lacing inside the cup. Sometimes players attach hair from a horse or other animal to their sticks, so that they will be able to duplicate the desirable qualities of that animal on the stickball field. The ball, called a toa, is generally made of tightly wadded cloth wrapped in a laced pattern of leather. The size of the ball varies, but is usually close to that of a golf ball. Usually the game is played on a natural field that is measured to the approximate dimensions of a 100-yard football field. At either end of the field is a goalpost called a fabusa. The goalposts are made from a 4x4 set that extends no more than 12 feet in the air. The posts are placed in the center of the field with a 10 to 15 yards of space left behind.
Yeah, the physical aspect of the sport, it's not really a sport, it's more of a battle, way of life. The way, winning is not about everything, winning is not everything, but the way you practice, the way you try to win is. The sport that my ancestors gave us today. Brotherhood, community, and pride. That's the way it is with me.
No limit exists on the number of players that a team can have. However, only 30 of them can be on the field at one time. The game can be played barefoot or in shoes. Cleats are not allowed. Player usually wears t-shirts, sometimes with sleeves cut off and shorts. Traditional forms of dress such as breechcloths and the use of paint are also acceptable. In the past, as today, the game begins with a referee throwing up a jump ball at the center of the field. Traditionally, the players arrange themselves into 3 strategic groups on the field: defense, centers, shooters. The centers are a group of skilled players who control the center of the field with hopes of getting the ball away from their opposition and hurling it to their offense. They also help out with defense. The shooters are responsible for taking the ball and scoring points with it. They either run the ball in while the ball is tucked away in their cups of their sticks and tap and hold it at the goalpost. The defense is responsible for keeping all offensive shooters out of scoring distance, and to do so with force and skill. The goal is protected by a goalie, whose sole purpose is to not let the ball touch the goal by any means. Today's Choctaw Stickball is full contact. Tackling can only be done to the individual has possession of the ball, to ensure the ball stays away from their goal. Football tackles and wrestling takedowns are abundant. There is no protective padding. Other rules about blocking and tackling have been added to protect the players. Although broken bones and injuries still happen. To score a point, an offensive player must either hit the goalpost with his sticks while holding the ball in, or throw the ball against the post. This game is vicious and bruising. The game can be played in one of 2 ways. Either a time limit is used, as in football, or the teams agree to play to a certain score. Because many players work and have families, there are rules in place to protect them from major injury. After one team scores, the referee again throws up a ball at the center of the field. Choctaw Stickball players are also trained to keep their cool on the field, and fights were and are much less common than a modern NFL game. The rules can be altered and the play style changed to meet the needs of the environment and the players. Even after a vicious hit, players are expected to jump up and keep playing. Showing weakness to opposing teams is seen as a loss of one's dignity. Stickball contains many aspects of modern-day sports such as football, basketball, and soccer. Players use their athleticism and every tactic possible to try to get the ball from their opponent and score a goal. It was and is an amazing scene.
Come on now.
After the time limit expires, or the predetermined score was reached, the game would end. The two opposing teams would then march and meet each other in the middle of the field while exchanging words of good sportsmanship. Then the winning team would go celebrate their victory and go home to their respective communities as heroes. While we all play this game to keep the Choctaw culture alive, it's only one of the vital parts of Choctaw culture that is being revitalized. Language, crafts, and clothing and the dances are also being taught to the people, helping ensure the future generations to be Choctaw.